problem with Halloween is that it has so many scary scenes it's impossible to choose the scariest one. Some people may argue that the opening is the scariest part of the movie, following in the steps of a killer from their point of view as they lurk in the shadows, eventually pulling a butcher knife from a drawer, climbing the stairs, finding a young, naked woman brushing her hair right after she made love to her boyfriend, so you know she has the warm and fuzzies inside. So happy. And then, before she knows it, she's being attacked while calling out the intruder's name. Then we find out that it's not only the girl's brother, but he's a 6-year-old child. That moment is so shocking, and the audience is just as terrified and confused as the parents are in that moment. Someone could argue it's all the stalking of the high school girls, hiding in the bushes, cruising by in a car, lurking in the backyard. You could say it's when Michael shows up dressed as a ghost and Linda thinks it's her boyfriend. The audience knows it's not her boyfriend under that sheet, but poor Linda doesn't have a clue. And then it's even worse, because when he attacks her, she's on the phone with Lori. So Lori, unbeknownst to her, just listened to her friend being murdered, and Michael picks up the phone just so he can hear Lori's voice. Another great scene, still not the scariest, is after Michael's been shot by Loomis and presumably killed. They go to look for his body only to find that he's not there. He's vanished into the night, and Lori comes to the realization that he is, in fact, the boogeyman.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
All of these are fantastic scenes. Very effective, very scary, but still not the scariest scene in the film. Instead, I believe that belongs to the scene in which Lori is fleeing from Michael after discovering her dead friends. She's trying to make it back to the Doyle house, to get to the children, and Michael is pursuing her. He's not power walking, he's not running, but he is walking in a straight line, coming right for her. The door is locked and she pounds on it, trying to wake the kids up, pleading for them to let her in the house, all while Michael is getting ever closer behind her. It's so intense, it feels like he could just reach out and grab her at any minute. Every time I watch this movie, despite seeing it so many times before, I think this is the one time he's finally going to get her. And that, to me, is why it's Halloween's scariest scene. It's a common misconception that Dr. Loomis was brought back for Halloween Kills with CGI. It was actually just shitty practical makeup effects, which they had the nerve to brag about on Instagram.
Did Michael kill again? Did Michael kill again?
What's up, horror fam? Steven A.K.A. Bojangles here, and well, those first responders just wouldn't let Michael Myers burn, so now he's back and seemingly badder than ever in Halloween Kills, which definitely lives up to its name. This time, Lori is confined to the hospital. Huh, that sounds familiar. While Michael goes on a killing spree through Haddonfield. Let's take a look at 10 things you didn't know about the movie. Originally, there was a different ending attached to the film. After killing Karen, her phone would ring, Myers would answer, and Lori would hear him breathing on the other end, before calling out her daughter's name. Coming to terms with what's happened, she grabs the knife Allison left in her room, and the camera focuses on the knife, like the ending of the previous film. So why was the ending changed? Halloween Ends is going to jump forward in time, and director David Gordon Green didn't want it implied that the next film would immediately pick up on the same night.
Goodbye, Michael.
This is the only Halloween film featuring Laurie Strode in which she and Michael share no scenes together.
I'll see you in hell.
This is the 6th time Jamie Lee Curtis has reprised her role as Laurie Strode, which means she now holds the record for the most appearances in the franchise. This title was previously held by Donald Pleasance, with 5 appearances, Jamie Lee is just a boss-ass bitch. Bitch. She a boss-ass bitch. Lindsay Wallace may have escaped the original Halloween unscathed, but not this go-around. During their fight scene, actress Kyle Richards broke her nose. Ouch! In an interview with Variety, Richards admitted she didn't say anything on set because she didn't want to be replaced in the scene by her stunt double. During the interview, she also showed off her broken nose. Damn! She's a tough-ass bitch. She's a tough-ass bitch. Remember when I said Halloween Kills lives up to its name? Do you think I'm bullshitting? I'm not bullshitting. This movie has the highest body count in the franchise, and by a pretty large margin. The unrated cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween boasted a body count of 22. But that ain't shit compared to Halloween Kills, baby, which has a total body count of 34. Never thought David Gordon Green would out body count Rob Zombie. That's practically John Wick numbers.
Excuse me.
Can you ever have enough Paul Rudd in your movie? No, you can't. Producer Malik Akkad also agrees with this as he tried to get Rudd to reprise his role from Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, even though this sequel has been retconned. Rudd declined the offer as it conflicted with his filming schedule for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Akkad, trying to save face, went on to explain why Rudd coming back wouldn't have made any sense, yada yada yada. Let's just face it, Akkad, you ain't got that Ant-Man money, boy. You ain't got it. When Michael attacks the vehicle with Nurse Marion Chambers in it, the window breaking effect is accomplished with the same process they used in the original Halloween film, by attaching a wrench to the stuntman's hand, which has been aptly titled The Poor Man's Process. The original plan was for Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends to be shot back to back, but it turns out making movies is hard work, so that's not happening. According to Andy Matichik, the scheduling was just far too intense. Now I wonder what Peter Jackson would have to say about that shit.
So anyway, look, I do my best.
A petition was launched on change.org to have the firefighter kill scenes removed from the film. I'll read the petition to you, but let me preface this by saying that the immense ass hurt is overpowering. I want the scenes in the new movie Halloween Kills where they show the slaughtering of firefighters. Oh, wait a minute, this is just a misunderstanding, guys. He wants the scene. It is wrong because firefighters have been lured to houses fire and murdered by the person who set the fire. Oh, so he does want the scene removed.
Bruh.
And it's wrong that Michael killed the firefighters with the gear from the other firefighters he killed. As a soon-to-be firefighter, I find it very offensive, and so does my mom and dad, who are retired firefighters. Okay, do me a favor. If my house ever catches on fire and this dude is my only hope... Let it burn! So I want that scene taken out of the movie. Michael didn't have to kill them in the way they saved him, so he should have saved the two firefighters in the house and went on his way to kill Sister. There is no reason for that horrible, disgusting scene, especially since it has happened in real life. Like I said, before firefighters have been lured to house fires and killed by some psychos in real life. Stay in school, kids. Doctors, nurses, babysitters, mechanics, and other professions have yet to comment on the situation. But oh, wait a minute. We're getting a call here from resident electrician Bucky. Bucky, what are your thoughts on Michael Myers targeting public employees?
Don't try that Halloween shit with me. All right. I'm on the telephone to the police right now. Don't you even think about leaving.
Looks like Bucky isn't in the Halloween spirit. Damn it, Michael! Well, I guess it's time for a new petition. Well, horror fam, here we are, baby, back with another one. As you may have guessed, here we are, another week in a row, and tonight we have special guest Dan Connor with us from Roseanne fame. How's it going, Big Dan? Big D?
Doing pretty good, dog. Big Dan Connor in the house. John Goodman.
Hell yeah! Oh my goodness, what a hell of a guest for tonight's show, because let me tell you something, folks. We're going to be talking about underrated horror movies, and man, there is a lot of them. But before we get into that, Dan, let me just say this, man. Let me say this, dude. On last week's stream, the goal was, if we hit our donation goal, then Anna and I would go see Titanic in 3D at the theaters. We hit our goal, and we came through with the promise. Let y'all check this out. Look at that, Big D. Look at that. And here we are in theaters. What do you think of them apples?
How was that in 3D?
Well, to be honest with you, Titanic's a badass movie, okay? There's no denying that. But the 3D doesn't really add much to it. Like, there's not, you would think, like, water, big-ass boat, sinking scene, and all this, but the 3D doesn't really have much of an effect, I didn't think.
I got you. I always tell my wife to let me draw her like one of the French girls, but she's never seen the movie, so she has no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, dude, you gotta up that game, Dan.
Well,
yeah, that's one of the first movies you gotta show a chick, dude.
I had the goddamn VHS, like it was 2 fucking tapes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Can you tell me where it ended? Where the first tape ended before you had to put in the second?
Hopefully whenever Cal smacked all them dishes all over the room and started his dominance, but I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I can't remember either, but I do remember it was like a double VHS. It was nuts. Man, so, all right, man. First off, let's get this. Hey, Patty Heckman, Jonas, Dragon Blues, J.K., John Heckman, oh my God, Juno. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm glad to see y'all are in here. We're going to have a good one tonight, my friends. Let's see here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is get us a stream goal up here, fair, and let's see what we can do, baby. Boom! We officially have a stream goal up. $50, I'm cracking open a Steve Weiser, and I'm going to down that bad boy. What y'all think of them apples? But, Farron, I got a question for you. We're going to be talking about underrated horror movies tonight.
All right.
And now I comprise my list in this fashion, okay, by this criteria. It's very easy to skate the line of what's underrated and what's underseen. I specifically went with films that I think are underrated and by a fairly large margin, okay? If something's like, if I would give something a 7 and it's rated a 6, I didn't put it on here. But these, like, I gave it a fairly large margin, man. And I also tried to pick movies that I wouldn't normally get on here and talk about, like Night of the Demons or Maniac or something. Like, I mentioned those, or the Texas Chainsaw remake. So what was the criteria for your list?
Most of mine are movies that some of them were probably rated pretty high at the time, and then it's like people just watched them once and moved on.
Yeah.
Some of mine are rated low. What I have as number 1 on my list, I feel like for me is a 8 through a 9 as a series.
Yeah.
And that series probably averages like a 5 or a 6 on IMDb.
Damn. Yeah.
And then I have, 1 or 2 I feel like most people have never seen that are like 7s or 8s. And then a couple of them are movies that were popular when they come out, and then we just fucking forgot about them 20 years later.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely, yeah. There's some of that on this list, too. But I definitely wanted to, you brought up IMDb. Now, that has been my go-to movie rating source forever. Like, to go find information or to rate a movie or to see what a movie's rated, I go to IMDb. I don't mess with Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not a fan. Or any of that other BS, man. What about you? Is IMDb your go-to?
It used to be. Well, obviously when I was younger, I just went by the cover, which backfired more often than not, like Uncle Sam or Jack Frost, like them cool ass holographic covers, and it's just a terrible movie. But now, I usually just Google it, and I see, on the Google results, you get IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and you just kind of see what people are saying, and then I'll just watch it. Yeah. But probably more often than not now, I just watch the trailer, and that's enough.
Well, here's another question for you then, because I've noticed this, man. So, we were on IMDb in its heyday. Like, there's no arguing that. And IMDb, if people aren't familiar with it, it's the Internet Movie Database. Movies are listed. You can go find information about them, and you can also rate those movies. And it's user ratings, so there's no bias or anything like that. But here's the catch. Is it just me, dude? Okay, back in the day, the heyday of IMDb, people were not afraid to go on there and flat out bomb a movie. Like, they'd rate it a fucking 3. And stuff like that. But now, there is no movie, no matter how bad it is, that will be below a 6 on average. Like, I feel like the new people rating movies on IMDb will not go below a 6, man.
Yeah, I miss the forums on there. Do you remember when they had the
Oh
message
my
board
God, those were badass.
Yeah, but like now people, like The Dark Knight is a big example of that. I think we talked about before. Yeah. Where it just come out, so it stays at like a 10 or a 9 for months. Yeah. And everybody's, this is the best movie ever made. Like, no, the fuck it's not. Like, it's a good movie, but it's not the best movie ever. And then gradually it'll taper off. But it seems like when a movie first comes out, it's an influx of high ratings.
But you notice, man, like, and making up this list, I noticed this too. Like, if you go back, here's a good example of this where you can see this in practice. If you go back and look at movies from the early 2000s and back, they will be rated lower than movies that are worse by far today, just because I feel like people weren't afraid to rate movies lower back then. Like some bullshit like Halloween Kills is going to be, or Halloween 2018 will be a 6.5. Yeah. Like, and that's pretty much average now. But then if you go look at some shit like Campfire Tales, like it's going to be a 5. Or back in the day, for God's sake, Season of the Witch used to be like a 3. Friday the 13th 5 used to be like a 3 on IMDb, and those ratings have came up since. I feel like, they're discovering new fans or whatever, but...
Well, it's like Last Action Hero has always been my favorite movie, and that shit's like a 5 on there. Like, I can see where it's not a good movie, but that movie's not a 5. Like, that movie's not the same level as, like, Jacko or Thanksgiving or some shit.
Poltergeist, like,
like you can't. No Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is equal to like fucking Creepshow 3. Like, it's not possible.
All right, man, we're gonna get rolling. Hey, Dave Blanche coming in with the Buddy Bucks, baby. What do you think about that? A buck towards me, cracking open a Steve Weiser. We're going to make it happen, dude. I'm telling you what. We hit this goal, I'm down in a Steve Weiser, man, just like Stone Cold on this bad boy. Maestro Megatron, how's it going? Sharon Nyberg, glad to see you back in here. Ooh, look at Mikey dancing them moves all because of Nate, son. Damn, look at that. All right, Dan, I'm going to start us off, man. I got our first movie right here, and I'm going to see if you agree with this, or hell, you may have not have even seen this, because we don't know what's on each other's lists. All right, here we go, baby. I'm going with Grave Encounters. Which
is that one of the midnight movies or whatever they did?
No. So Grave Encounters follows a paranormal investigation team that are trying to launch their own television show in the same vein as something like Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters. And they're working with this production company, and they make it to episode 6. Well, after they film episode 6, man, they don't return. It's at an insane asylum, and the production company goes in, and all they found were their tapes. And looking through the tapes, man, it's a found footage horror film. So they got more than they bargained for with this one, man. Let's just say they were non-believers when they went in, or at least hadn't discovered anything yet, and were actually paying people to participate. Like, yeah, I've worked here for 20 years. I've seen some ghosts. They're really scary. But, man, they go in and totally get screwed over, dude. It's pretty wild. And
Yeah.
let me go ahead and show you this, man. So I pulled up the rating here on the old IMDb. It is rated a 6.1. Great movie. Definitely deserves better than a 6.1, dude.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
You have to check it out, man. It's great. It has some comedic. It's very scary. Tons of great effective scares in it, but it also has some amazing comedic elements that just, man, leave you holding your stomach in laughter, dude.
Yeah, I'll have to put that on my list.
Yeah, Grave Encounters. Check it out if you haven't, man. I mean, I'd suggest it to anyone in the chat who hasn't seen it. Grave Encounters. Look that bad boy up. Currently a 6.1 on IMDb. There's nothing on my list I wouldn't put at like a 7.5 or above.
I see somebody, Juno 2000, mentioned the Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yeah.
I wonder what Dream Warriors is rated, because that might be a top 10 movie ever for my...
Yeah, Dream
Part
Warriors
3.
is great. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, that's my favorite in the series, man.
Yeah, same.
So,
first movie on my list is Pieces. Have you seen Pieces? Early 80s movie.
Oh my God, Pieces. Yes, I've seen it. What a wild ride, dude.
I'm not sure what it's rated, but for anybody that hasn't seen it, it follows a troubled young boy that grows up to terrorize kids on a college campus. Really brutal movie, and it had like a spin in it. I remember being like 10 or 11 watching this, and that's probably why I'm mentally ill now. But I remember watching it, and it's one of them movies before this was even a thing. Like, you know, back in the 70s and 80s, you always knew who the killer was. Like, but this is one of those movies that throw you off, and it's kind of surprising who the killer is.
Yeah, Pieces is rated a 6 on IMDb.
It's a solid 7 for what it is.
So
Low budget.
Yeah, and dude, it is like a hardcore movie, but I'll never forget watching it. And that first 5 minutes just leaving me in shock.
Yeah, it's definitely not family friendly.
No, definitely not. To put it softly, man. Like this mom comes in and catches this kid playing with a naughty puzzle, which has a naked woman on it, and he's putting it together, and she's like, goes ape shit on him, man. She's like, "We're gonna throw this away. Go get a garbage bag. Your father's worthless too. That's why he left you."
Didn't she?
Yeah, she messed up bad because, like, while she's been over doing all this shit, that kid comes back with an axe and just.
Yep, he showed her who's boss. He's the paterfamilias that day, wasn't he?
That shit was wild, man. Like, and I'm telling you, man, it wasn't even like some Friday the 13th axe action where like the axe gets embedded in her skull. Yeah, that shit was like brute force just bludgeoning her, like bouncing back. And
it's a solid movie. I like it. Now, I think I paid like $4 or $5 for it back then. So
where did you
I'm sure
get
you can
it?
get it FYE.
Oh my God. How the hell? Okay, so how the hell did you come across that at like 10?
At that age, my grandma would always take me, and you know, she would sign me into R-rated movies, all that. But they'd give me $20 or something, let's say, and we'd go to the mall. And you know, $20 don't go far in the mall anywhere, especially even today in the FYE. It's very overpriced.
Oh my God, no doubt.
I'd go to the horror section and dig through the bargain bins. I remember that's how I found Texas Chainsaw 4. That particular time, I don't know, but back then I was really big into Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento.
Yeah.
And those movies were $30, $40 for a DVD, and I probably just had some left over and just grabbed. That's back when you would grab random movies. Like, nobody does that anymore. But back then, you know, you weren't watching trailers and reviews. You just pick something based on the cover.
Yeah, man. And then you would read the description on the back, and it would be crazy shit. Like, oh, man, this movie sounds good. And then you get it home, and it's terrible because it's Granny.
You're sitting there watching Bloody Murder Furious.
Oh, my God. What a terrible-ass knockoff, man. Hey, so, all right, I'd like to welcome Ant Reviews, Kevin Holman, and, yeah, the Maestro Megatron in here still whipping ass. Hey, we're working on this crack open a Steve Weiser goal. My mouth's getting a little dry here. You people are going to have to kick in, see what we can get going on. All right, man. Hey, I see Ant Reviews, or who is it? They were talking about Alice, Sweet Alice. Yeah, Kevin Holman talking about Alice, Sweet Alice, man. That's one I totally used for the thumbnail on this video, but
Mr. Al Alfonso's fat ass sitting up in that room trying to trick her to getting close to him.
that motherfucker was a trickster in real life, though. Didn't he get caught for, like, stolen valor or something?
Yeah, he was from New Jersey. The actor's name was Al Alfonso. He was in one other movie. I think it was Waterworld or something like that as like an extra. But he was a bouncer at like a gay bar, but he would go around cemeteries dressed like a pastor and take donations and then take it and go to the bar. But
yeah.
Something else I learned from IMDb like 20 years ago.
Well, man, that's the thing. Like, Alice, Sweet Alice, too, if you people haven't seen it, you're coming in here because of the thumbnail. That's what the thumbnail art is based off of. Alice, Sweet Alice is one of those movies you watch it and you feel like you need to take a shower afterwards. Like, it just has this icky feeling to it, like you're going to see something truly naughty. Oh, God, dude. Oh, man. And
Somebody in that chat just made me wish I had something different on my list. It's not Shocker, but...
yeah, it is, bitch. Don't lie. You wish you included Shocker, Wes Craven's classic.
I might sub one of mine out on the fly.
Oh my God! Look at what are y'all? Look at the horror fam in here just wreaking havoc, dog. Like changing up our strategy and everything. Daughter of Death. Hey, you do want to know what a Steve Weiser is? I'm telling you. You can find out very easily. All right, dude. So next pick on my list is pick number 2 for me. This one is criminally underrated, and I know you're going to agree with me on this one. I'm going to go ahead and pull this bad boy up, dog. Bride of Chucky.
That I didn't know it was underrated. That was my favorite in the whole series.
How the hell is that a 5.5? Look at that.
I don't know. That's still my favorite Child's Play movie.
Absolutely.
Poor Alexis Arquette molded me into the man I am today.
Ain't that the damn truth? Damien Baylock, A.K.A. Howard Fitzwater. Yes.
Didn't I walk right into Hot Topic?
Oh my God, didn't I too, motherfucker? What'd you get? I picked up an armor ring.
Yeah, I got a little red jewel and shit.
Oh, mine was black. Yeah, I had an onyx. But it was a legit armor ring, man. Hot Topic, or Spencer's. I got it from Spencer's. They used to sell legit jewelry. Like, it was a silver claw ring. Never turned or anything like that, but had troubles trying to get that thing to fit my big-ass fingers. But anyway, man, so Bride of Chucky is a continuation in the Child's Play franchise. It also has a title change for it, because the last entry we got was Child's Play 3. We saw poor Chucky fall into like a huge fan at a haunted house, gets totally cut up to pieces, so you're like, oh my God, Chucky's done for. Like, there's no way in hell he can come back from this. Well, in Bride of Chucky, his ex-lover Tiffany gets him out of the police archives, the storage lockers, the evidence archives, whatever you want to call it. And she reconstructs him. She sews him back together, does a little bit of a voodoo chant, and brings Chucky back to life. But then jilted lovers arise, and Chucky turns her into a doll too. So Chucky now has his mate with him, both his dolls, trying to transfer themselves back into the bodies of the human.
I think my internet cut out. I'm at work. Bride of Chucky also had a banger of a soundtrack, didn't it?
Oh my God, did it? Yeah, you felt like a badass when Chucky's in that cop or in the van, and they're getting
listening to White Zombie.
Yeah, he's like, man, the music scenes went to hell, and then White Zombie kicks in, and Chucky's head banging.
It was that Thunder Kiss song?
Yeah.
Thunder Kiss 60, whatever.
Beat my own head. Like, what a badass movie.
That's still my favorite in the series, though, probably.
Oh, yeah.
And you know we fucking love John Ritter.
Oh, my God, dude. I don't even... The minute you see him in that movie, you're like, what a total badass, man. When he, like, that fly lands on his fat-ass earlobe and he smacks it, you just hear it jig. I know you remember that part, even. Like...
What about that dickhead cop that looked like Johnny Galecki? You know what I'm talking about?
Needle Nose. They called him Needle Nose in the movie. Yeah.
Mostly the money.
Yeah. I thought Bride of Chucky, man, I'm with you, dude. Best in the damn series. And I'm with you, Landy. Rest in peace, John Ritter. We lost the damn icon that day, man. Yeah, here we go. Juno. Bride of Chucky is my favorite, next to Child's Play 3 and the original. That's some stiff-ass competition.
Damn, I like 2 better than 3, though.
Oh, yeah, 2's better than 3. I do like 3, though. I thought it was fun, man.
Yeah.
And Chucky being a dick and switching out them bullets in the paintball game.
I just didn't like that little kid that Andy was friends with. Like,
Tyler?
little kids ruin a lot of fucking movies for me.
Oh, Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that. All right, man, so I threw down Bride of Chucky. Dragon Blue's here saying that Bride of Chucky's also her favorite. Ant Reviews Thing says the one with Aubrey Plaza wasn't that bad. That's the Child's Play remake. I like that one a lot too, man.
Very few complaints about that one. But
as a matter of fact, that one almost made my list.
Got you. Well, next on mine, it was going to be I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not sure what it's rated, but that's a movie nobody talks about anymore. But I'm going to kick its ass to the curb and replace it with The People Under the Stairs.
I was going to include that, Dick, but I looked up The People Under the Stairs, and it's not really that underrated.
It should be a 9.
Oh, okay. It's underseen, for sure.
Yeah.
But
probably not a 9. It's a solid 8 to me. Solid 8.
Okay, I could see that.
If Spencer didn't exist in that movie, it might be a 6.
Oh my God! If you thought he was white before,
yeah, he was in case anybody knows what we're talking about, if they haven't seen The People Under the Stairs. He also played the bouncer in The Mask.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that goofy ass shit. Yeah,
you see all the money.
Yeah. The People Under the Stairs is a 6.4 on IMDb.
He called me a fool.
Who's the fool now? Yeah. So go ahead and give people a run.
They gotta know Everett McGill, Silver Bullet, the werewolf, the pastor.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and give people a rundown of People Under the Stairs. What's all Putz about?
Impoverished kid played by the same kid that played Brandon in the Mighty Ducks movie.
Yep.
Gets schemed in by his sister's boyfriend, Leroy, and his criminal friend to go rob their landlords that own their slum apartments. Because, they're trying to tear the building down, evict them, and they hear about all this money they have. So they're going to go rob them and, get out of where they live, but also have money, to move. His mom's sick with cancer. They're like, these white guys hate us. They're racist, this white couple. So we're going to go rob them and take their money and get out of here. And they find a lot of shit in the house that they aren't prepared for. A lot of people locked in the basement. And, I guess it's hard for me to remember, but felt like they were kidnapping kids and homeless people and people from these slums trying to groom their own child, this brother and sister that live together. Yeah, because each kid committed a sin of some sort that they didn't like. Like one kid spoke evil, so they cut off his tongue. Another kid saw evil, they would blind him, just stuff like that. So, bad girls burn in hell. That's that's true. So yes, People Under the Stairs, a very underrated Wes Craven classic in my book. I mean, it seeing that it's a 6.4, but it's not like some of these, like Bride of Chucky. That's at least an 8 to me, and it's a 5.5. So. That's why I passed on People Under the Stairs, but I'm glad you picked it up, man. Yeah, I think the reason Shocker made me think of it, I think they came out the same damn year. They may have. If not, it was really damn close. But, yeah, definitely People Under the Stairs. If they haven't seen it, I would recommend it. For sure. And I'd like to take this moment here to tell everybody, man, my throat's really dry, dude. I need a Steve Weiser. If y'all want to hit up that goal, we can make it happen tonight. I got some brewskis on standby. With that being said, dude, and I will interrupt this stream to go get them, damn it, I don't care. But that being said, dude, I'm going up for my next pick, and believe this or not, it is a movie. Oh, there we go. Juno says 89 for Shocker and 91 for People Under the Stairs.
And Dragon Blues, it's both super creepy and a little weird. Definitely a fun watch. Hell yeah. And Necro, welcome to the stream, brother. Wish you were drinking with us too, man. Dude, believe it or not, my next pick on the list here, Dan, is a movie that's currently in theaters. It's called Knock at the Cabin.
I wanted to see that. I'm a big Batista fan. Tell me about it.
Oh, dude. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the rating here, because it's sitting at a 6.4. Look at Batista. There's your boy right there.
Big Dave.
Yeah, Big Dave. Dude,
that's not from that movie, is it?
I don't know why the hell they're showing that shit. They're showing like a damn Batista highlight reel, but so it's basically this couple and their daughter go to a vacation cabin in the remote woods of Pennsylvania, and this group of doomsday sayers, believers, whatever you want to call them, show up and inform this couple and their daughter that, look, we're not happy with what we have to do here today, but a decision has to be made, and the fate of the human race hangs in the balance. Now, you guys basically have to sacrifice a member of your family, and the whole world will be saved. Like, the prophecy will be fulfilled, Dan. Yeah, what do you think about them apples? But the longer they go without making a decision, members of this group have to sacrifice one of their own until they're all dead. So, and they're not allowed to. Now, you're probably already thinking, like, well, shit, man. Who the hell, what kind of couple is going to believe this or whatever? And like these doomsday sayers are, just going to end up hurting them. Well, they don't. They're not allowed to interfere with the family. The family has to pick who they're going to sacrifice, and then they have to complete that sacrifice. So the question comes down.
I'll probably wait till it's out of theaters and check it out, but.
Yeah, and the longer they refuse, thank you, JP, the longer they refuse, the more doomsday stuff happens on the news, and the family is seeing this, so it's like, at what point would you begin to believe the doomsday folks? Or would you ever? So it's just a crazy movie. It's an M. Night Shyamalan. You have to, put all your prejudices aside against the old...
Would you say it's the best M. Night Shyamalan movie?
I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's up there, man.
Is it better than The Happening? That was underrated.
Oh, Jesus, God. I hated The Happening. Yeah, hell
really?
yeah. Dog, I could go out in the front yard. I could go to a dog park and find something fucking nestled in the grass steaming that's better than The Happening.
You're going to disrespect Mark Wahlberg.
I'm going to fucking flat out disrespect.
He gave us fear.
He did give us fear, but I'm flat out disrespecting that son of a bitch. Because he's also part of The Happening. Hey, I want to welcome JP to the stream, dude. What's up? Chad, what's going on, brother, man? All right. Dan, that's 3 down for me, dude. You're going to have to give me your third one and make it good.
Oh, this one's going to be good. Matter of fact, I
want to hear it then. You've been talking a lot of game here.
As soon as I say it, Big Steve's going to jump up out of his chair in excitement.
Let's hear it.
And we just passed this holiday called Valentine's Day. So I'm going with Valentine's.
I already know what it is, baby. Yeah. Hell yeah. Let's hear it. Go ahead and lay it on me.
Valentine's a banger. It's like your typical teen slasher, play a prank gone wrong on the nerdy, dweeby kid, and years later he comes back and is raising hell, picking people off left and right. Got Orgy on the soundtrack, which is phenomenal.
Opticon, baby. Yeah.
So it's like a very stereotypical slasher, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legends. But of all the slashers in that stretch, like mid-90s, early 2000s, Darkness Falls, all that shit, Valentine takes the cake.
It's another whodunit movie, and the cast is stacked, man.
4-man Scream, but just as good as Scream. Maybe not quite as good, but it's close. It gives Scream a run for its money.
Great soundtrack, and how could you... There's no forgetting that hot tub scene, dude. Like,
I haven't watched it in forever, but I remember that. What always wigged me out was the nosebleed.
Yeah. Jeremy Milton, wasn't that his name? The nerdy kid?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, see, I remember the hot tub scene because, what's her name? Denise Richards gets thrown into the hot tub by the killer, and then they close the cover over top of her.
Yep.
And if that shit isn't bad enough, he starts ramming a drill through the top of the hot tub, dude.
Well, we could only hold our breath for probably 30
Oh,
seconds.
shit,
Anyways. Like, we'd be dead long before he even got that motherfucker.
Like, we'd have to concentrate on one of two things. Like, are we either going to fight back or struggle to hold our fucking breath for 15 seconds? Like,
yeah, he's on one end hitting that drill, and little does he know, like, he looks back on the other end, and I've done cut a hole, and I'm wiggling my tongue through it trying to breathe.
I got some news, though, man. Somebody in a Cupid mask doing that shit to us. If we get free and get a hold of that motherfucker, it's game over.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, I don't take my shirt off in public because I'm 400 pounds, so I'm not going to be in that hot tub. But let me get my hands on Mr. Milton. Let me get him in a broom closet and see who comes out wearing that mask, please.
Oh, my God. Holy shit. What we got here, man? I see the chat blowing up. Gory Tiger, welcome to the stream, brother, man. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Let's see here. Juno says another underrated is House of a Thousand Corpses.
I agree with that.
Daughter of Death throwing down. Valentine was a superb slasher, to be honest. People were just burned out on them in 2000 and judged it way too harshly.
Going back to House of a Thousand Corpses, though, you take out that weird ending, that movie's a solid 8 or 9.
Oh, dude, that stupid Dr. Satan shit. Man, but I couldn't put up with Sherry Moon Zombie just running around with that stupid-ass laugh.
I loved Otis. Everybody always is on Captain Spaulding and, like, seeing how he died. I liked Captain Spaulding, but Otis was my dude.
Well, Dan, let me show you this. Check out this. The rating on IMDb right now for Valentine, dude, a 4.8.
No shot. No shot. That's a solid 7. Got to be a 7.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Come on. Come off of it. Yeah, I don't know why it just flopped that hard, man, but it did. I did a 10 Things You Didn't Know video on Valentine, and it was one of the more fun videos I did, and it was really fun to research. A lot of care went into making that movie, so.
How come you haven't got a Steve Weiser yet?
Well, why not? That's a good question, Dan. Hey, y'all see this goal here at the bottom of the screen right there, baby? We're trying to hit that, man. My mouth's getting dry. We need to crack open a Steve Weiser and get this thing rolling. We hit $50, I'm doing it. I'll get hammered on stream and swear to God The Happening was a good movie by the time it's all over, baby.
So can you top Valentine? Can you beat that?
I don't know. Well, let's see here. Let's see. Hey, David Lipes, welcome to the stream. MX, we got some newcomers in here, man. Y'all's going to have to hit that subscribe button and let me know what's up, baby. Make it happen. What y'all doing? Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Remain a part of the horror fam. We love you all. We love you all. All right, dude, I'm telling you what. Now, this is another one that maybe you haven't seen. I don't know. I've never heard you talk about it. But this is one that I really like, man. It is As Above, So Below.
So Below.
Yeah! You've seen it?
I might have ventured into the catacombs a time or two in my day.
Yeah! There we go. Look at that. A 6.2. Get that bullshit out of here. That ain't no 6.2. Look at that,
It's
man. What an insult.
movie.
It's a really solid movie.
I get it mixed up with that movie with Pink in it. The Catacombs movie?
I'm not sure about that. Like, I've never...
Yeah, but I remember As Above, So Below.
Yeah, criminally underrated. Thank you for that, Dragon Blue. So this follows this chick who is basically Tomb Raider. She's basically Lara Croft. I mean, that's what she does. She goes around, she's like an archaeologist, digging up tombs, finding artifacts, blah, blah, blah. She has a cameraman, and then she has a friend she goes and recruits. JP with the 20 bomb! Look at that, folks. We're 40% of our way to the Steve Weiser. And I know y'all want to see me crack open a can of whoop ass. What are we doing here, man? It's going to happen. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Dan. We got the power of you and Rosie on our side. We can do anything. JP,
so if I donate the remaining 30, will you make Stone Cold the thumbnail preview for all your future videos for, say, a month?
Wouldn't that be badass? But man, hey, thank you, JP. Total stud of a man coming in here. Look at that, dude, dropping bombs. So, man, as above, so below, you have a chick who's basically a badass Tomb Raider, archaeologist or whatever. She has a cameraman sidekick who goes around with her, and also she has a friend who is like this linguist or whatever, and he has a hobby of like fixing up, repairing old relics. Like in the beginning, if you remember right, like he fixed a bell that hadn't chimed on a church for like 1,000 years or some shit. Well, she talks him into venturing into the catacombs below Paris to, in hopes of finding like the Philosopher's Stone or something like that. And when they make that trek down there, they get a little bit more than they bargained for when they cross the threshold into hell. And they're dealing with demons and all kinds of stuff, man. Great found footage movie, though. Criminally underrated at a 6.2. So I had to throw it on the list. What did you think, man? Where would you put it?
I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I could see it being a 7.
Okay. So you'd still...
Juno, though, I disagree with Land of the Dead.
Patty Pop, damn! Look at this here, Dan. And they topped him, too. I see that. I see what they're doing there, man. JP threw down 20. So they threw down 21, dude. Look at that. They sent a statement right there. That's like the Kimby Matumbo.
If somebody does 22, you should have to drink 2 Steve Weisers.
Damn, that's unheard. I mean, I don't know if I could do... I mean, do you think I could do that?
And then just drink them.
I'll tell you what, yeah. Somebody throws down 22, we'll get 2 Steve Weisers going. I'll double fist them, baby. Double tap, son. I'm glad you're on here, man, because you know what? You inspire me. You know, you're like, Steve, you know what? I think you can handle it.
Yep, I'm a bad influence on people, that's for sure.
Hell yeah, you are. So if we can make that happen, man, that'd be beast. Hell yeah, John. Patty, hey, y'all are total champs tonight coming through. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's what we need. Jonah says he's going to send me a soda drink helmet for the streams. That's what we need, man.
How do we block the guy that said Land of the Dead? How do we do that?
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm not a fan of Land of the Dead. It's just George Romero. Yeah, he's like a fighter that waited far too long to retire, as far as that shit goes. Because he did Land of the Dead, then Diary of the Dead, and something else, wasn't it?
You know, Night was good, Dawn was good, Day was, and then from there,
yeah. Oh God. Man, all right, dude. So I laid it down with As Above, So Below. What have you got next, baby?
All right, well, the next one on mine, I've done 3, by the way. I was going to say...
Oh, you done 4, you little fibber.
I was going to say Return of the Living Dead, but then I realized that's the greatest horror movie of all time, so I stopped being stupid and fixed my glasses, and I'm going to go with Cry Wolf.
Oh, shit. Dropping the old Lindy Booth on me.
Yep, Cry Wolf's a fabulous movie. The guy that made it is from my home state of Virginia. He won the Chrysler $1 Million Film Festival, took that $1 million, made Cry Wolf, somehow got John Bon Jovi in the movie. And,
oh my God, I forgot about that shit.
Yep, and it's basically like a series of emails that get sent out, and it's like a threat, and it's, you know, people have cried wolf, so they don't believe it's real, and you have this orange mask killer picking off students, and the movie kind of pushes you this way and that way. Is it the teacher? Is it this weird goth kid? Like another whodunit movie. It's like if Clue was a slasher, it would be Cry Wolf, and to me, it's a solid 8 out of 10. I didn't catch what it was rated, but low budget movie, great movie. And it's number 2 on my list.
Damn. Okay. Oh my God, dude! Look at the comments we're getting here. Another Jared Padalecki movie. Ant Reviews thing says that movie was living on a prayer.
Jared Padalecki would be living on a prayer if I ever met the motherfucker for ruining Friday the 13th for me.
Man, okay, so Dan here has a major issue with Jared Padalecki. Like, it is I don't know why you hate him. It's an unjustifiable hatred for Jared Padalecki, unless you can explain it to us tonight.
I just don't like how he looks. Like, he just looks goofy.
Do his face. Do his face. How does he look?
But I have a friend named Jamie that's the Supernatural, and I've always hated him. Like, he's got that beady, dumb look like Jim Carrey or something to me. I don't know what it is. I just don't like him. Dog Soldiers almost made my list, but it's rated really high, so I didn't put it on there.
Hell, give me that Jared Padalecki one more time. Why the fuck does he look like it makes sense now? Like, I always noticed that Jared Padalecki always has like this concerned bullshit look on his face, like he's confused as to what's going on.
You remind me of Dale from The Walking Dead. Like, Dale would go stir up
Jesus
a bunch of
God,
and then have this
yes!
offended look when they called him out on it. Like,
Yeah, Dale would
Jared Padalecki has that offended look.
Yeah, Dale from The Walking Dead would pull some bullshit like, Rick, you did know, Shane, he bent your wife over a week after you were in that coma in the hospital. Yep. And then Shane approaches Dale like, Dale, what the fuck you doing? And Dale's just like what?
I'd like to back that stupid camper up over his old age.
That's the damn truth. Oh, man. Yeah, here we go, JK. I'm with you. I like Jared Padalecki. I thought he was good in House of Wax. And now, dude, Dan, you got to admit, he is Welcome Texter Ranger, dude.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a new show.
Yeah, and I always refer to him as Welcome Texter Ranger just because it's fucking Jared Padalecki. Like,
I think in the season finale of that show, they should let him and Chuck Norris fight, like on Facebook Live or something, to the death, and give Chuck Norris a ball bat.
What? Oh my God, dude, you sound like me and Jack Black. I just hate that son of a bitch. Like,
yeah, I'm not crazy, but he's had some alright movies. I've never
God.
liked Padalecki, but I do like Orange County and Saving Silverman.
Dude, everybody I say that to, everybody I'm like, I fucking hate Jack Black. I hope he dies. I hate him. He's a son of a bitch. He ruins everything he touches. They always look at me surprised like he's the greatest fucking thing. They think he should be the new Thor or some shit. Like, no.
You didn't like him in Goosebumps, dude?
Oh, God. Okay, in Goosebumps, he may have been passable. But I hate that son of a bitch, man. Just everything he just ruins. He's so obnoxious. But
why do you have a Tenacious D hoodie?
Oh, my ass. You wish. Oh, my God. There we go. Dragon Blues Nacho. Oh, my God. Yeah, Julian Morris, JK. Sure as shit was in the old Cry Wolfster. All right, I've got my number 5 here. I got my number 5, and I don't know if these people are ready for it because I'm $9 away from my Steve Weiser, Dan. Can you believe it?
Get it in. Get it in.
Yeah, these people better come through. I'm gonna sit over here and die. I mean, dehydration, dude. I'm gonna be like fucking Evan Tanner. Just like it's gonna be game over if y'all keep it up. All right, here we go, dog. Number 5. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
I've seen it.
Let me show you this.
I've watched the show a couple times. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Damn, I wouldn't have expected that.
A 5.6. How the hell is it?
I kind of agree with that, though. I could see it being like a 6.
A 5.6? Dude, no way.
Well, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself.
All right,
Take it off and replace it with the Lost Boys.
No. The Lost Boys ain't going to be overrated on this shit anyway, dude. Let me tell you something, okay? This cast is stacked. Just based on the cast alone, this can't be a 5.6. Listen to this, brother. Christy Swanson, Donald Sutherland, Paul Rubens, Rutger Hauer. Look at this. Luke Perry.
I forgot Rutger Hauer was in it.
David Arquette, Hilary Swank, for God's sakes, and Sasha Jensen from Halloween 4 fame. Remember when Sasha totally pulled out that shotgun and tried to reload it on Michael Myers at the top of them stairs and got his ass beat?
Yep, I also remember what Paul Rubens ass did.
Well, that's neither here nor there, Dan. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, Yeah, there you go, Kills a Lot. I like Rubens too. He's badass in this movie. Hey, yeah, there we go. Hey, well, let me tell you what, man. So it follows this cheerleader chick in the 90s, typical California girl. It's like Clueless meets Blade, would be, So this chick is approached by Donald Sutherland. He tells her, like, look, man, you have vampire killers in your lineage. Vampires exist. You need to kill them. But she's a Cali girl, man. And he has to deal with that and train her through all that. And then she, Rutger Hauer's the main vampire. Does it get any better? That's all I'm asking. Does it get any better?
It definitely does, because
here we go with his bullshit. Here we go with his bullshit. Listen to this.
My last movie on this list, I'm just going to say it's the entire fucking series.
This son of a bitch is about the name Piranha 3D or some shit. Look at him.
No, we're not doing that, but I'm going to say just the movie, but the whole series is underrated. And Kills a Lot Gaming actually made him watch this movie with me. Mm-hmm. But I'm going with Hatchet.
Dude, that was one of my backups, Dick. That was definitely one of my backups in case you stole one of my picks.
Like, to me, that is the only horror series, like, modern, that just blew me away. Like, Saw was pretty good, but it had its moments where it's like, eh. But Hatchet is like everything I grew up loving in horror, like senseless violence, 80s type feel, in the woods, like just no holds barred. Didn't need a huge story. You have like this swamp creature, inbred kid that burnt down in this horrific, fire with his dad, and he haunts the bayou, like swamps of outside of New Orleans, I guess Lafayette, Louisiana. And,
yeah.
You got dumbasses that still venture out there and fucking around with his land, and they find out.
Yeah, like you. I know you've been in them swamps of Louisiana, putting marshmallows on alligators' heads.
Yep, Louisiana's a sketchy place, and you get up there in the swamp at night, and you run into a bad mofo like Victor Crowley and get done up.
Hell yeah, Kane Hodder, and Robert Englund.
Yeah, but if you go even further into the series, you got Derek Mears, R.A. Alof,
Danielle
Harris.
Oh, it's
Sid Haig,
Tony Todd.
Tony Todd, yep. What's that? Tiffany Shepis, the Big B movie following actress from, I think she's in the fourth one.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
A lot of horror people in those movies.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, Hatchet is totally a throwback slasher. It wants to be like the slashers we all enjoyed from the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be hard-pressed to find a series or franchise, whatever you would call it, with just 3 or 4 movies that's as good as Hatchet. Can't do it.
Phantasm.
There's 5 of them.
Well, that's true, and 5 totally screwed it up. 5 screwed it up, but Phantasm was strong as shit when it was a 4-piece.
It was.
Phantasm.
Return of the Living Dead, I think, is an underrated. Well, 4 and 5 screwed it up, but if we just had the first 3, we'd be on to something.
Oh my God, the first one is significantly better though.
Yeah, the first one's my favorite horror movie of all time.
What the hell is it that little son of a bitch says in the second one? That little bully's like, "You lied, now you die like me."
I'd like to knock his braces in the next week. I hated him too.
Well, like you said, man, kids ruin a lot of movies for you.
Angus Scrimm had mad eyebrow game.
Hell yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Well, hey, man, we still have a little bit of time here, so I'm going to go over my honorable mentions. Just real quickly here, Dan.
Give me one of them.
Hatchet was one of them.
Solid.
Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Well, now that... Really The marked ones was it's a lot of people just call it the Mexican Paranormal Activity because that's the one that like followed Mexican kids, and that one had like a lot of really good scares in it in a series that was dying. I mean, that son of a bitch took a nosedive, and then the marked ones really hit on to something. I don't know, but
Grassman Nightmare mentioned The Cable Guy. That's actually my second favorite Jim Carrey movie.
Damn.
That's a solid movie.
I'm going with Dead Silence, which is rated only a 6.1.
I could see where people would like that more than that.
Hell yeah. I'm going with Cabin Fever, which is only a 5.6.
I love Cabin Fever. Eli Roth gets a bad rap, but Cabin Fever's solid.
Cabin Fever was good, and so was The Green Inferno.
I've actually never watched that.
Really? Okay, I liked The Green Inferno. I thought that was pretty cool. It's something, it's pretty brutal too, man. You should check that out. Campfire Tales from 1998. It's only
That's
rated
a solid
5.
movie.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. It's only a 5.8. And John Carpenter's Village of the Damned is a 5.6. I would definitely go higher.
What about John Carpenter's Vampire?
Vampire is underrated, but not by like, a shit ton. So All right, so
well, I've got a couple honorable mentions. What were your last few again? Because you just made me think of one with one of those.
Village of the Damned, John Carpenter, Campfire Tales.
Okay, yeah.
Body Bags? Are you going Body Bags? What are you going? Is it an anthology?
No.
What are you doing? Huh? Come on, what are you doing?
You and I may be the only two people that like this movie, and I'm going to see if anybody in here can guess it. And I know you'll guess
I know which one it is already because of the campfire.
Okay, all right. Well, at one point, this movie was so obscure that the DVD was like $500.
Oh, shit.
It's an insect. You got it?
I got it. I've got it.
Well, the movie is Mosquito, which has Gunnar Hansen in it. I'd hate to know what it's rated. It's probably deserved, but I'd give it a 10. Mosquito is a fucking 10.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, pull that up.
I'm going to pull that up right now. Let's see.
Has anybody in here seen Mosquito?
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, shit. Wait until you see this rating.
A 2?
No, believe it or not. It is a 4.8 on IMDb, and look at how many people rated it, man. 2.7K.
So 2,700 people in 30 years have seen this fucking movie, basically.
Oh my God, yes, that's a total winner.
But solid movie. But my actual list, the first movie I listed, someone in here mentioned the first movie of this series being underrated. I think Pumpkinhead 2 is very underrated. That was always a really fun movie for me. I liked a lot. So I put Pumpkinhead 2 as my first honorable mention. Number 2, I've never understood in my 34 years of living how people didn't love this movie.
Can I try to guess one that's on your list right now? Because I'm amazed that it didn't make your main list, and I want to know why.
Is it 2 words?
Yes. It was 3, including the number.
No, that's not it. But what was your guess?
Pet Sematary 2.
Pet Sematary 2 is criminally underrated, and I'm one of the few people that like it better than Part 1.
What? You like it better than 1?
Yes, Clancy Brown has been my favorite actor since birth, like basically because of Highlander,
Damn.
Redemption, Pet Sematary 2, but I could see where people wouldn't like it because that movie strayed real far away from Part 1.
It did.
But Pet Sematary 2 is very solid. It's a 7 or an 8. The Burning that Ant Review said is a very solid movie too. But the second honorable mention I have is Maximum Overdrive. Like, how can you not like a movie with tractor trailers and AC/DC and Emilio fucking Estevez?
That was on my list too. And it's criminally underrated. That is such a fun movie.
Yeah, Maximum Overdrive, solid.
Yeah, people got to know what that's about, man.
But between that and Pet Sematary 2, I would take Pet Sematary 2.
Damn, okay.
100%. The next movie I have on here is the original Tales from the Crypt movie from 1972.
Oh, shit, that is a good pick.
It's not underrated because if you pull up the rating, I guarantee you it's 7+.
Okay,
but
we'll check it out.
Nobody talks about it. Nobody associates it with Tales from the Crypt. They think of the Crypt Keeper from the show or Bordello of Blood, Demon Knight, whatever, and maybe the comics. Nobody ever brings up this movie, and it is solid.
Yeah. Well, we're about to have a look-see. There you go, dude. It's under a 7.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, it's under a 7.
Watch this movie in the dark, and it's broken up into multiple stories. But the story with the blind, the home for the blind.
Oh God, that's wicked. Yeah.
That is the shit of nightmares. Like, if anybody hasn't seen that, at least watch the segment the blind people home with the dog and the maze.
Yeah.
Y'all hate me after you watch it.
Oh, Boogeyman coming in and brings up a really good one. He says They Live is extremely underrated.
Is that the Roddy Piper movie?
Yeah. Yeah, John Carpenter's They Live.
Is that a horror movie, though, you think?
I would lump it in there. I would totally lump it in there. It's a good
movie. I didn't know it was underrated. I liked it.
Okay, it's not underrated too bad. It's like a 7.2.
Got one of the best fight scenes in it in that alley.
Hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah.
Them son of bitches beat each other's ass for 45 minutes of the movie.
Yes, hell yeah, they did. And hey, welcome to the stream, Boogeyman. Glad to see you in here. MX, man, you're going to have to hit that sub button too, brother. I'd like for y'all to stick around. I do these every Thursday. What we're going to do, Dan, unless you object to this, man, we're going to go ahead and start winding down. We've completed our list, so if anybody has any questions or comments, go ahead and send those out in the chat. If you want to see me hit the Steve Weiser goal, we have $8 actually is what it was.
Dr. Giggles.
Oh my God, Dr. Giggles. I haven't seen that in a while.
Real quick, if They Live counts, I don't know if this one's underrated, but another solid movie that kind of falls in there with They Live is Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh shit. There's no way. That has to be rated fairly. Yeah, it has to be rated fairly. I would imagine.
Probably on IMDb, it's north of a 6. Got to be. Like, I bet my life it's at least a 6.
It's a 7.2. 7.2.
No, hold up now. You mean to tell me that now this is where I get confused on IMDb? Big Trouble in Little China is equal to Halloween 2.
Yeah, ain't that the damn truth? Like, my ass, get out of here. Yeah, IMDb does some bullshit, but yeah, Big Trouble in Little China, I wouldn't go with horror movie for that, but I could,
I'm surprised you didn't bring up It Follows.
Oh,
I know it's
shit.
rated high, but that's not a super popular movie.
Well, I tried to stray away from
The Strangers.
Oh yeah, that could have been one I could have mentioned, but I tried to stray away from movies I mention a lot on here. There's a lot of movies that have a lot of crossover, like
yeah. Well, I personally think since you have a few minutes left, 82%, I think you should drink everything but the foam of a Steve Weiser to send these people off.
I think I should. All right, folks. Yeah, so we're going to have to get a Steve Weiser in here, honey bunny. Crack that bad boy open for me if you don't care. Hey, John Ekman, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, dude. Thanks all of y'all for the support tonight. This has been incredible. We're going to stick around for a few minutes, and I'm going to chug down a Steve Weiser. Jonas, yeah, man, crack that bad boy open. Have a drink with me. MX, you're going to have to reveal your true identity to me. I have no idea.
I meant to respond earlier. I was having trouble watching the chat, too. I'm new to this. But Briggs, I've heard a lot about you as well. And
he can't be trusted. He must die. Yeah.
Is Briggs from Kentucky, Tennessee area, long hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember Briggs.
Can't pick movies for shit. That's Briggs. Here we go, Landy! Yeah, baby. Here we go, baby. We got the Guinness going. Kills a lot, man. Get that bourbon rolling, baby. Oh, my goodness.
Guarantee you Kills a Lot has got that Woodford Reserve double oaked out.
Oh, my God. Landy, what a stud. Coming in with the save. All right, man.
Hear that do the Guinness bottles have the rattle, the little thing in it?
I don't think they do anymore, man. I don't think they do anymore, dude. Next up,
that makes sense.
We get another $8 in here, then old Dan has to go get beer and get drunk at work. Look at that. Landy Smith taking over Stream Boss like a total Chad. Look at that dude.
I appreciate everybody's hospitality and having me on here. I've been wanting to come on for a while, but this is my first time. Hopefully not my last.
Yeah, so how did you like it, man? Did you have fun on here? And
I had much more fun doing this than what I'm supposed to be doing to get paid to do.
Hell yeah. Oh my God. So you're sitting there getting paid right now to be on here.
Yep. I'm not getting $41 an hour like you, but
hell yeah, buddy. Well, I'm technically at like 49. I think is what I'm technically at, and it didn't show up on the Stream Bossarooski there.
Nice to virtually meet you too as well, Jonas.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so while we're winding down and I'm chugging this here Steve Weiser, man, any questions or comments? We're here for a minute. Yeah, Dan.
Appreciate it.
Necro's gonna have to get on here and show us how to drink, man. He's nuts. He busts out the blue drink when he's on here.
You drinking like some damn UV blue or something? What's that blue tequila? Tarantula?
I don't know. It's some kind of mixture shit he makes.
Hey, y'all get this up to $100 next time instead of the $50. Steven has to tell y'all the story about the only time he's ever drank with me.
Oh my God, hell no. And that wasn't the only time. Oh my God, never mind.
The only time I've seen you drunk.
Oh, okay.
No, second time. But one of only 2 times. The first time we'll go to jail, so we'll skip that one. We'll go with the second one.
Ain't that shit the truth? Landy Smith, would you rather? Is it underrated? I think so. I would agree with you.
Kills a lot. They're already $10 or $15, so I guess $10 or $15.
Yeah, but have you seen Would You Rather, Dan?
Yeah, I like. Is that the one that has John Hurt from like Home Alone in it?
No, it has Jeffrey Combs.
Okay, all right. I got that mixed up. I've seen that. What's the one with John Hurd where they have the rich people, they have to pick something to do, and if they don't do it, they die. And they had the one girl try to stick her head in the water, and he's an alcoholic, so they're trying to make him chug liquor.
Oh, wait, that is it. Okay, I didn't know he was from Home Alone.
He's the dad from Home Alone. He's the one that was the alcoholic, and they wanted him to drink the liquor, and the girl that was scared of water, she drew the card, and she's like, no, I can't stick my head in that barrel for a minute. And they're like, all right, we'll pick the next one. You have to do it. And it's like 5 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the dad from Home Alone. I think he died right after that movie come out.
Damn, I forgot he was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kills a Lot Gaming wants to know what is the max amount of money I'd spend on a large popcorn for a top 10 horror movie in a theater. So
you're watching Chainsaw 3D in theaters.
Oh, my ass. I'm
watching... Or the remake.
Okay, I'm watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And
the popcorn's $30. Are you buying it?
Yeah.
Same.
Hell yeah, that movie, that's perfect.
You let me go back in time to when I was 16 and I could go to the theater with you and we sit right next to none of that bullshit space in between us. We got to sit right next to each other. I'm paying $100 for a popcorn if we're watching The Butterfly Effect.
Oh God, that
for the first time.
Dog, that shit would probably kill us. Like I don't know, we'd have been down for that.
Do you remember when I had a stroke watching Sweet Home Alabama?
Oh my God, I feel like that should be a damn donation goal to tell that story. Holy shit.
It's gonna take a lot of money. $1,000, I'll tell that story.
This son of a bitch, like I was laying in bed and he was sitting in a computer chair and I look over and he fucking died on me, like while we was watching Sweet Home Alabama together. Like, oh my God.
But I've got to bounce here in a few minutes. I appreciate you having me on. It was fun. Thank you for having me. Thanks for all the hospitality from everybody.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who came in, stuck around, talked with us, and of course, thanks to everyone who threw some money down. We got the Steve Weiser flowing. It's been great tonight, man. This was a really fun chat. We could both sit here and keep going for hours, but unfortunately, old Dan has to get back to working with that drywall so he can...
It ain't gonna hang itself up.
Hell no, brother. All right, man. Hey, thank y'all so much. Until next time, look horror, listen horror, talk horror.